Good morning, everybody. I am going to wait just about 10 seconds to let everyone jump on for Training Thursday. This is Kelly O'Neill, and today we are going to be talking about 3 ways to differentiate yourself in a saturated market. Good morning, Caitlin. How are you? Good morning, Doreen and Lynn. And I see all of you popping on now. Perfect. Okay, great. So for those of you who do not know me, maybe you have just been invited to the Profit-preneur Circle. I want to let you know a little bit about what we're up to here and who I am in case you don't know who I am. So so my name is Kelly O'Neill, and I am a brand marketing and profit strategist. And I work with entrepreneurs in the service profession to specifically help them position themselves in the marketplace to make their competition irrelevant and attract affluent clients. And I run a program called the Profitology Business Incubator, which several of the people who are joining us are involved or in. And we run this Profit-preneur Circle where we do masterminding and sharing resources. And every Thursday I come live and I do a free training for you guys. So today we are going to be talking about 3 ways to differentiate yourself. Hey, Elizabeth, how are you? We are going to be talking about 3 ways to differentiate yourself in a saturated marketplace. So I think it goes without saying that the online marketplace especially is extremely saturated, right? And a lot of the clients that I work with are you know, they're trying to float in a sea of competition with other people, especially when I work with consultants or coaches or virtual assistants and lawyers and doctors, and everyone has so much competition. And when you are in that marketplace where you do have so much competition, it makes it much harder to be able to stand out and get clients, right? And to really differentiate yourself from everyone else out there. So one of my core strategies that I work on with my clients is making them wildly different from everybody else, right? So even if they are in a highly saturated marketplace, I make sure that they are standing out so that they are not invisible in their marketplace. And there's a lot of different ways that we do that. I did a call, or not a call, I did a Facebook Live probably, I don't know, a couple months ago. We can find it and post it here for you guys, where I talked about big P positioning and little p positioning. And the big P positioning is really like what you are doing in your marketplace and what you are specializing in. And the little p positioning, which is what we're going to talk about today, are all of the things that support that position in the marketplace. And there's a lot of ways to do that. And the reason it's important is because if you are not standing out in your marketplace, you are invisible, right? Especially if you're trying to market online. So a lot of people become afraid when we talk about positioning, about that, you know, they're like, well, I could serve so many people. This doesn't just apply to this one sect of audience. And that's actually a huge mistake. It's a huge mistake to try to go after a broad audience, especially now. The more specialized you are, the more you're going to stand out. And the more specialized you are, the higher rates you can charge. If you think about this, like as an example, who do you think charges more? A general practitioner doctor or a neurosurgeon? Right? Now, if you have a neurosurgeon that specializes in a specialty of neurosurgery, like, yes, that person may not have as many cases as the general practitioner, but I can tell you right now, they're going to charge a lot more because they're specialists. The more that you're able to specialize in your industry, and this is actually one of this is one of the 3 ways, right, for you to differentiate yourself, is specialize. I want you to become experts in a specific niche. One of the ways that I was able to separate myself from the sea of business coaches out there is when I specialized in marketing to millionaires, right? Now, I didn't just choose a specialty. I chose that based on my knowledge and expertise. But once I positioned myself as the marketing, I am known as the marketing to millionaires expert in all of the business coaches. I am that person. So if people are talking about going to affluent clients, then they are absolutely saying, go talk to Kelly O'Neill, right? So I want you to think about, how can you create that in your own business? What is it that you can specialize in based on your knowledge, based on your expertise, based on the thing that you do best to specialize and separate yourself from the pack? Okay, so that is way number one, is specialize, 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 and grab a market niche. All right, the second way that we are going to talk about differentiating yourself in a saturated market is, your branding, right? So you do not want to look like everybody else out there. You don't want to look like everyone else out there. So one of the things that I work on with my clients, by the way, it's going to be 112 here today, so I'm drinking lots of coconut water to make sure that I stay hydrated in the heat out there. So one of the ways that you are going to differentiate yourself is in your branding and how you look online. Some of you may not know, I actually also own a branding agency, and we work with clientele who are looking to differentiate themselves in the marketplace. There's a theme here. And with your branding, you do not want to look like everyone else. So one of the things that I just recently rebranded and redid my site, as I often do. You guys should check it out. It's kellyoneil.com. And one of the things that I did when I rebranded was we specifically looked at, all of the competitors out there and all of the people who are in our market niche and whatnot. And we're like, great, this is what they all look like. We're going to do something totally different. So you can differentiate yourself in the way that you've branded yourself. If you're looking at other people's sites, you can look at sites for inspiration, but do not copy them, right? Don't look at, don't do the same thing that everyone else is doing. Like, it's, one of the things that I laughed at, I was hiring a social media person about 8 months ago, and every person that pitched me, it looked like they all had the exact same site. And again, the challenge with that is, if you all have the same look and feel to your branding, then the consumer looks at that like, well, they're all the same. Well, why is this one charging $200 more a month than this one? Or why is this one charging $1,000 and this one's only charging $500? And you become a commodity. So I often recommend, when you guys are branding yourself, that you look outside of your industry. So when I go to brand myself and I'm looking for inspiration, and I often go to like luxury hotel sites, I go to luxury cars, I go to consulting firms that are not in our niche. I go outside for inspiration on what I'm looking to differentiate myself on. All right, the third way to differentiate yourself is for you to create a signature solution. So as an example, I have created Profitology. And Profitology is a way in which I build businesses for clients, that I infuse their strategy into their businesses. And it is proprietary to me. It is trademarked, no one can touch it. And that is one of the ways when I'm talking to people, it's like, making sure that you have a signature solution and that you're kind of productizing your service. So, people, it could be like the 7 steps to this. It could be like a methodology. One of my clients, Suzanne Mueller, we created the HERTIG approach for her, which is a specific methodology that she utilizes to create the results with her clients that she creates. Yes, I'm just looking at your guys' comments here. Yes, definitely look at the high-end comparable products and services for inspiration. Absolutely. So in creating that specific approach, I do it for everything I do. In my branding agency, we have a specific like 5-step process that we use because, again, that differentiates us from any other branding agency out there. You know, I have a certain marketing to millionaires, you know, I want to call it a blueprint, but it's not really a blueprint, but it, you know, we have a methodology that we utilize that separates us. And again, Profitology being the best example of that. When you have your own system and you're talking to someone, it immediately differentiates you, and it can't be blasé, right? Like it can't be like the 7 steps to creating more profit. Like it can't be that. It has to be a specific branded approach and signature solution that's going to help you stand out from everyone else in the marketplace so that they know that if they want that, whatever that solution is, you know, it could be a methodology. Like Profitology is not steps. It is, you know, you guys know what Profitology is. And if you don't, then you need to be watching that, Facebook Live that we did. So it is a specific, it's approach, it's a methodology, it is a step-by-step proprietary system. There's something that you are doing that is different from everybody else out there in the world that they can only get if they work with you. So that is the third way to differentiate yourself in a saturated market. Okay, so I'm just looking to see if anyone has any questions. I love it. Nadine says, when everybody zigs, zag. I say the same thing. I say, when everyone goes right, go left, right? Or I usually say, when everyone goes left, go right. So you definitely want to make sure that you are standing out in this saturated market. For those of you who are interested in this, you're needing help, we do have a workshop coming up. We have the Profitable Positioning Workshop. My team can drop a link below. There are only 30 spaces available, and I think we are about halfway sold out. It's in October. This is exactly what we are going to be working on. We are going to be working on creating all of your, hi Michelle, how are you? We need to connect, girlfriend. I miss you. I digress because I saw my friend jumped on. So we are going to be working on all the things to make sure that you are standing out in your marketplace, that you are well positioned to be able to make your competition irrelevant. And you are going to be working on all of the big P and the little p positioning steps to make sure that you have solidified this very specific market position for yourselves, not only, again, to make your competition irrelevant, but also to be able to attract those high-end buyers. So if that is something that you guys are interested in, my team can pop a link in here for you. And I hope that you've enjoyed this today, right? Differentiation is going to be absolute, it always has been. And now more than ever, with all of the saturation in the markets out there, it is going to be so critical that you guys identify and figure out your signature marketing, your signature positioning that differentiates you from everyone in the marketplace. All right, guys, don't forget to mark your calendars. On September 11th, we are going to be doing the Marketing Millionaires Intensive. We would love to have you all come and join. And until next time, this has been Training Thursday, a very quick and expedited version for you in these summer months, and we will see you next time. All right, everyone, have a great day. Bye-bye.